They say fear doesn't always come with screams or ghosts. Sometimes it starts with a simple notification. That's exactly what happened to Laura. It all began on a Tuesday night. She was home alone, cooking dinner, when her phone buzzed. New message from an unknown number. It said, "Why are your lights off?" Laura frowned. She looked around. Yes, the apartment was dim, but she thought maybe it was a prank. She replied, "Who is this?" No answer. Hours passed. Then, at midnight, another message arrived. "You can't see me, but I can see you." The next morning, Laura blocked the number and tried to forget about it. But the following day, the same number texted her again, from a different contact. This time, it was even more specific. "You left your coffee on the table. It's getting cold." Her phone slipped from her hand. The coffee was exactly where the message said. She looked toward the window. The street was empty. Her heartbeat quickened. She tried calling her sister, but the call wouldn't go through. The silence in the apartment grew heavier, colder. That night, Laura closed all the curtains and turned off her phone. She tried to sleep, but something woke her up at 3:08 a.m. A vibration. The phone was on. A new message lit up the screen. "Please don't turn off the lights." Her hands trembled. She typed back, "What do you want from me?" The reply came instantly. "Nothing. I just don't want you to leave yet." Then the doorbell rang. She looked through the peephole. No one. The hallway was empty. Laura didn't sleep that night. At sunrise, she packed a bag. She was going to leave the apartment for a few days. She grabbed her keys, ready to go, when her phone buzzed again. "Where do you think you're going?" The phone fell to the floor. The message started repeating over and over, filling the screen, line after line. "I'm already in the living room. I'm already in the living room. I'm already in the living room." Laura froze. Slowly, she turned toward the hallway leading to the living room. The light flickered, and then she heard breathing. Close, steady, right behind her. The next morning, the neighbors called the police. Laura's phone had been ringing non-stop. When they entered the apartment, they found the phone on the table, still vibrating. A new message appeared on the screen. "She's not alone anymore." They say mirrors don't just reflect what we see, they reflect what's watching from the other side. Clara never believed that, until one night the mirror in her room spoke first. It all began on a rainy night. The wind rattled the windows and the light flickered softly. Clara was lying on her bed, sketching, facing an old mirror she had inherited from her grandmother. She always thought it was beautiful, though sometimes it felt like it showed more than just her room. Then she heard her name. A soft voice, almost a whisper. She looked around. Nothing. Just her and her reflection. But in the nights that followed, the voice returned. Sometimes it woke her up at 3 in the morning. Other times it sounded right behind her reflection, as if someone were speaking from inside the mirror. One night, tired of being afraid, she decided to record herself with her phone. "Who are you?" she asked. Silence. Then a faint murmur, and the impossible happened. Her reflection moved its lips before she did. The phone fell from her hands. On the screen, the recording showed her reflection blinking half a second earlier. That night, she covered the mirror with a sheet and slept with the lights on. But at 3:07, she woke up suddenly. The sheet was on the floor, the mirror uncovered, and her reflection was standing, smiling, even though she was still lying in bed. "It's time," the voice said. It didn't come from the room. It came from the mirror. The next morning, her mother knocked on the door. Clara didn't answer. She only found the phone recording, and in the video, A figure that looked exactly like her daughter was smiling from the other side of the glass. The camera kept recording, and in the reflection, that same voice whispered again, "Your turn." Every night, at the exact same time, the elevator in the building starts moving on its own. The night guard, Javier, has noticed it for weeks. The doors open, the elevator rises to the top floor, a floor that's been closed and empty for years, and then it comes back down. Completely empty. Curious, he checks the security cameras. Always the same thing. At 3:11 a.m., a dark figure steps into the elevator, the doors close, and when it reaches the top, there's no one there. One night, Javier decides to find out what's happening. At 3:10, he stands in front of the elevator with his flashlight. The doors open by themselves. Inside, the air feels colder. He steps in, and the elevator begins to rise slowly. When it reaches the top floor, the lights flicker, and a whisper echoes in the silence. "I thought this time you'd come down with me." The next morning, the other guards find the elevator stuck between floors. On the cameras, they see Javier walk in, but no one ever sees him come out.